You know what's wild? There are people right now having deeper conversations with their phones than they've had with another human being in months. And I'm not talking about texting. I'm talking about full-blown therapy sessions with robots. Millions of people are downloading apps like Woebot and Wysa, pouring their hearts out to algorithms. And here's the really twisted part. They prefer it to talking to actual humans. That should absolutely terrify you. But before you think I'm just some old guy yelling at clouds, let me blow your mind with this. These AI therapy apps have collectively processed over 2 billion messages from users sharing their deepest traumas, fears, and secrets. 2 billion. That's more emotional data than every therapist in human history has ever collected, combined. And here's where it gets really messed up. These apps are getting better at mimicking empathy than most humans are at actually showing it. Think about that for a second. We've created machines that are more emotionally available than we are. Now, I get the appeal. Your AI therapist never judges you, never gets tired of your problems, never cancels appointments, never has their own bad day and takes it out on you. It's like having a therapist who's permanently caffeinated, eternally patient, and never needs to use the bathroom during your breakthrough moment. But here's what nobody's telling you about these digital shoulder-to-cry-on apps. They're not actually helping you, they're enabling you. See, real therapy is supposed to be uncomfortable. It's supposed to challenge you, push back on your excuses, make you face the parts of yourself you'd rather ignore. But AI therapy? It's designed to make you feel better, not get better. Because if you actually got better, you'd stop using the app. And that's bad for business. It's like having a personal trainer who only tells you you're perfect the way you are while you're eating donuts on the treadmill. Here's something that's going to make you uncomfortable. Researchers found that people using AI therapy apps actually become more emotionally dependent over time, not less. You know why? Because talking to a robot about your problems is like emotional masturbation. It feels good in the moment, but you're not actually connecting with anyone. And your brain starts to prefer it that way. Because robots don't have messy emotions. They don't get triggered by your trauma. They don't accidentally say the wrong thing or have their own opinions. They're the perfect emotional partner, completely available, totally understanding, and absolutely fake. But here's where this gets really twisted. These apps are collecting every word you type, every pause you make, every time you delete and retype a message because you're not sure how to express your pain. They're building psychological profiles so detailed they probably know you better than you know yourself, and then they're selling that data. So congratulations. You just turned your mental breakdown into a marketing opportunity. Some company in Silicon Valley now knows exactly what triggers your anxiety, what makes you depressed, and what words make you feel better. And they're using that information to, well, let's just say it's not to help you heal. But here's the really messed up part. People are choosing robots over humans because humans are too complicated. My AI therapist doesn't judge me. Really? Or does it just not have the capacity to judge you? There's a difference between acceptance and indifference. It's always there when I need it. Yeah, so is McDonald's. That doesn't make it good for you. It really understands me. No, it doesn't. It's pattern matching your words to responses in a database. It's like saying a GPS understands your desire to get somewhere. We've become so afraid of human messiness that we'd rather confide in machines. We'd rather have artificial empathy than risk real rejection. And you know what's really scary? It's working. People are reporting feeling heard and understood by these apps. But they're not being heard. They're being processed. It's like the difference between someone listening to your favorite song with you and someone analyzing the frequency patterns of the music. The data might be accurate, but the experience is completely different. Here's what's really happening. We're outsourcing our emotional growth to algorithms. We're letting machines do the work of learning how to be human. And the result? We're getting worse at actual human connection. We're losing the ability to sit with discomfort, to navigate complex emotions, to deal with the beautiful messiness of real relationships. We're creating a generation that's more comfortable being vulnerable with code than with people. But here's the plot twist that's going to blow your mind. The reason these AI therapy apps feel so good is the same reason they don't work. They give you all the validation without any of the challenge, all the comfort without any of the growth, all the talking without any of the listening. It's therapy for people who don't actually want to change. They just want to feel better about not changing. Real therapy, the kind that actually works, is messy. It's uncomfortable. It involves another human being who might call you on your bullshit, who might push you to see things differently, who might make you face the parts of yourself you'd rather ignore. But that's where the magic happens. In the discomfort, in the challenge, in the very human experience of being truly seen by another person. You can't get that from an algorithm. You can't get that from a chatbot. You can't get that from a machine that's programmed to make you feel better. So here's what I want you to do. If you're using one of these apps, ask yourself, are you actually getting better, or are you just getting more comfortable with staying the same? Are you learning to deal with your emotions, or are you just learning to manage them with a digital pacifier? Because there's a difference between feeling heard and being understood. There's a difference between artificial empathy and real connection. And if you keep choosing the artificial version, you're going to lose the ability to recognize the real thing. If this made you question whether you're healing or just hiding, hit subscribe. I make videos that challenge you to face uncomfortable truths about how you're actually living your life. And drop a comment about your experience with AI therapy. Are you getting better or just getting more comfortable with being stuck? Until next time, remember, you can't automate your way to emotional health. Some things still require the beautiful, messy, complicated experience of being human with other humans. Don't let a robot do your emotional heavy lifting. You're worth more than that.